Taliban. Would you please?
Yes, are you from Pakistan?
No, sir. I'm for human rights of women. I'm absolute 100% American, sir, and I'm representing all women whose human rights are violated.
In United States, woman confronts Pakistan envoy over persecution of minorities in Pakistan. King Charles III to officially be proclaimed as United Kingdom's new monarch at 2 p.m. today. Staying with us on Live and Breaking, I'm Nivedna Prabhu. Starting off with some big news coming in. NIA files a charge sheet in Kulgam Sarpanch killing case. Now, what we're learning so far is the Sarpanch of Kulgam, Shabir Ahmed Mir, was shot dead by terrorists on 11th of March earlier this year. Now, the charge sheet filed in the NIA court, Jammu, against 6 accused. Now, directions from the Pakistan to carry out targeted killings of public representative in Valley. Now, out of the 6 in the charge sheet, 3 have been arrested, 2 are absconding and 1 has been killed. This is the latest that we have in terms of the Sarpanch of Kulgam, that Shabir Ahmed Mir was shot dead by terrorists on 11th March 2022. So this is the big lead that's coming in, that the NIA has filed a charge sheet. For more information on this, we're joined in by Gursimran. Gursimran, we understand that in this particular case, the latest, of course, being that the NIA has filed the charge sheet. But what else can you tell us about this development?
See, this all was done on the directions of the Pakistan and the Kashmir-based terrorist Farooq Molvi, who got the directions from the Pakistan, and he passed on the directions to 3 Hizbul Mujahideen terrorists to carry out the killing of the Sarpanch Shabir Ahmed in the Kulgam. The Sarpanch was provided the security in Srinagar as well as accommodation, but he left the Srinagar to Kulgam, and then there the killing was carried out by these terrorists. Important to mention that the charge sheet also makes mention of the deep-rooted conspiracy of the Pakistan, that how it hatched the conspiracy, and the directions were passed to the Pakistani terrorist in Kashmir Valley as well as to the local terrorist Farooq Molvi, who is among the top 10 terrorists in the Kashmir Valley, and then he further gave the directions for this killing. These killings were carried out on 11th of March 2021, and soon after this 3 terrorists were arrested. 2 in this case are absconding and 1 has been neutralized by the security forces. Now the charge sheet also marks a mention that how these terrorists were in touch with each other and how on the directions of the Pakistan they carried out the killing of the Sarpanch. The main motive of carrying out the killing of Sarpanch was to instill fear among the locals and the public representatives that no one is safe in the Kashmir Valley, and they wanted to give a message to one and all in the Kashmir Valley that the terrorists have their say in the Kashmir Valley and they can do whatever they want to. But with the arrest of these 3 terrorists of the Hizbul Mujahideen by the Kashmir Zone Police, this entire module was busted, and now 2 people are on the are still at large. The police and the National Investigation Agency, they are still looking for them, but the charge sheet, over 100 pages charge sheet, has been presented before the special NIA court in Jammu yesterday evening.
Out of the 6 that we understand here, 3 have been arrested like you told us, but 2 are absconding like you stated. But what are the other details that we have on that particular side of the investigation, Gursimran?
See, the 2 terrorists who are absconding are still active in the terror ranks. We are getting to know that they are active under the cadre of Hizbul Mujahideen in the Kashmir Valley, and the forces have already launched a manhunt to find them. Also, Farooq Nali, who is one of the top terrorists, is also in the list of these 6 people who have been charge sheeted by the National Investigation Agency. Now, apart from this, we are getting to know that this charge sheet has exposed the conspiracy that has been hatched in Pakistan, executed by the Pakistani terrorists. The directions were given to the terrorists in Kashmir, those who have carried out the civilian killings. And this is a part of a larger conspiracy. The case number 29 RC 29 of 2021 that was registered by the Delhi police station of the National Investigation Agency, which marks a mention of a conspiracy that was hatched by various terror groups of Pakistan to carry out the civilian killings in the Kashmir Valley. So this links to that. In that case, there have been more than 30 arrests that have been made by the National Investigation Agency. So both these cases are interlinked cases when it comes comes to the kind of conspiracy that has been hashed, and now more and more angles are being looked into it. If there is some more involvement, then the National Investigation Agency will also file a supplementary charge sheet as well.
All right, Gursimran, just stay with us. We have breaking news coming in as well. Just focus on the fact that we're getting in visuals of the Mughal Road closed for vehicular traffic due to landslide. Now, what we're understanding is that the Mughal Road, of course, connects the Kashmir Valley to the Pir Panjal range. Now, the efforts are on to restore the connectivity. We understand that men and machinery are on the job. This is in terms of the landslide in Jammu and Kashmir, where we're getting the visuals that you can see those pictures on your screens as well. For more information on this, we're joined in by Gursimran once again. Gursimran, we understand that the efforts are on to restore the connectivity, but what else can you tell us? Men and machinery both are on the job, but what are the other details that we've gathered so far?
Today morning a landslide has taken place in the Poshana area of the Mughal Road, which has led to disruption on the traffic. The traffic has been halted by the authorities, keeping in view the security of those commuters on the roads. Important to mention that Mughal Road connects the Kashmir Valley, the south of Kashmir, to the Pir Panjal, that is Poonch and Rajouri districts of Jammu and Kashmir, and this way is often taken by the people there so as to go to Kashmir Valley and the vice versa. But today morning the landslide has taken place due to the intense rainfall that has been taking place in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, and when it comes to forecast for next couple of days, it remains almost the same. So now the men and machinery has been pressed into the action so that the debris and the landslides can be removed at an earliest and the traffic is restored. Important to mention that the Jammu-Srinagar National Highway is working normal as of now. There hasn't been any major landslide here, but yes, Mughal Road, the traffic has been halted as of now.
All right, Gulsimran, thank you so much for getting us all those details in terms of the landslide in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, we also understand that the efforts are on to restore the connectivity. Both men and, of course, machinery are on the spot to figure out how they can combat this situation as well. But moving on to other news now that we have coming in, Telangana BJP chief Bandi Sanjay has tweeted intruders confrontation from last night's Arnab Goswami's debate. Now, this is what we're understanding so far. Remember, this is in connection with the fact that Himanta Biswa Sharma's security was also breached yesterday while the Assam Chief Minister was in Telangana when this incident did happen. Now, we in those visuals yesterday that we did see, of course, that was the TRS leader Nandkishore created a flutter by trying to snatch a mic at the Ganesh Pandal when Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma was about to address the particular event. Now, of course, the police swung into action and whisked him away, but the latest being is that Sanjay Bandi has tweeted in regard to this, and he has tweeted the intruders confrontation from last night's Arnab Goswami's debate. Now, this is, of course, the latest coming in terms of the security breach that took place yesterday when Himanta Biswa Sharma, the Assam Chief Minister, was in Telangana. He was addressing an event when, of course, in those visuals, we did see this TRS leader trying to snatch the mic from the Assam Chief Minister, Himanta Biswa Sharma. And, of course, he was whisked away immediately. The security and the police took cognizance of the situation. But the latest now being is that the Telangana BJP chief, Bandi Sanjay, has tweeted intruders confrontation from last night's Arnab Goswami's debate. Now, this, of course, is getting reactions as well as to how a security breach of this kind could take place when, of course, the Assam Chief Minister was in Telangana addressing this particular event. Now, if you can see in those visuals as well, he has tweeted, Sanjay Bandi has tweeted, and he has said, and I quote, under Naya Nizam KCR, TRS goon who breached security and heckled Chief Minister Shri Himanta Biswa Sharma sits comfortably in debate, but the BJP for Telangana Karyakartas, just for questioning the TS government, are beaten up, arrested, and in extreme cases forced to end their lives. Razakar rule needs to end. So this is, of course, BJP is tweeting the intruders confrontation. This is, of course, in connection with the Himanta Sharma security breach that took place yesterday. Now, this was when he was in, of course, Telangana when this happened. And, of course, when he was being taken away, Kishore raised Jai KCR slogans as well. Now, on the other hand, of course, this took place when Himanta Sharma Biswa was, of course, addressing a particular event in Telangana when he tried to snatch the mic at a Ganesh Pandal in Mozam Jahi market when the Assam Chief Minister was about to address the particular event that had gathered there on the Ganesh Idol Immersion Day. Realizing the security breach, the police, of course, went on to immediately swing into action and whisked him away. And tension, of course, prevailed in the area for some time, is what we understand. On the other hand, of course, reactions coming in. What we've also seen the latest, of course, the BJP's Sanjay Bandi has tweeted regarding this particular incident. Now, the police, of course, swung into action in those visuals after we seeing in those visuals as well as to how the TRS leader was trying to snatch the mic away. But on this is the latest, of course, in this particular story. But we're continuing to track other stories as well at this hour. Moving on to focus on that, Indian Army Chief General Manoj Pandey is scheduled to visit Ladakh amid the ongoing disengagement process between India and China in Gogra Hot Springs area on the line of control. In a major development, the Dumka murder case charge sheet has been filed in a special court. An FIR has also been registered against Salman, the brother of the main accused Shah Rukh Hussain, for threatening the victims' family members. A list of 25 witnesses have been included in the charge sheet of more than 100 pages. A swarm of drones lit up the night sky over India Gate complex, showcasing the life and legacy of freedom fighter Subhash Chandra Bose and celebrating the newly unveiled grand statue of Netaji. The drones took to air in phases and made 8 different formations. We have big news coming in. We're looking at those visuals. Union Home Minister Amit Shah attends the wreath laying at the Vijay Sthamb in Tanod in Jaisalmer in Rajasthan. Those are the latest visuals that we have on our screens here. Him in Jaisalmer, of course, where the wreath laying will be taking place. We can see those visuals that Republic has accessed exclusively. Now, we also understand that he is on a 2-day visit to Rajasthan. Now, for his itinerary as well, he will address the valedictory session of a national level meeting of the BJP's OBC Morcha in Jodhpur. And he's also scheduled to deliver the inaugural address at a meeting of the BJP's booth level workers in Jodhpur. What we also understand about his itinerary is that the Home Minister will interact with BSF officials at the South Sector headquarters in Dabla in Jaisalmer and spend the night at the BSF Officers Institute. He will also visit the Tanot Mata temple in Jaisalmer before leaving for Jodhpur. So right now, of course, in those visuals you can see he's in Jaisalmer, but his itinerary will also include him moving to Jodhpur after he finishes all the events that are scheduled here.
The picture clearly shows this how the Mahavikas Aghadi's then ministers were in touch with the Rauf Menon, who's a relative and a close aide of Tiger Menon, who is a terrorist as well.
This is a 2021 court order accessed by Republic. Says this court is required to be sensitive to the principle of waqf. The land, which is also a waqf property, cannot be allotted to any individual person like the one claimed by the complainant in the present case without following due process of law. The court order also stopped Yaqub Memon from getting the grave.
This is tomb which is been decorated with granite. When you compare other graves out here, they are without any kind of decorations.
Yaqub's family that had written a letter seeking that permission for that grave to be allotted.
Mahavikas Aghadi government at that point of time has given a permission for Yaqub Menon grave to be glorified for 5 lakh rupees. The picture clearly shows how the Mahavikas Aghadi's then ministers were in touch, who's a relative and a close aide of Tiger Menon, who is a terrorist as well.
पूरा इस ब्लॉक जो मार्बल का बना हुआ है वो उन्होंने हमसे मांगा था। जब बार बार मैंने उनको मना करा तो धमकी देने लगे। उसी के अगेंस्ट में मैंने लेटर दिया था। पुलिस की तरफ से, ATS की तरफ से मुझको ना कोई कॉल आया, ना मुझको बुलाया गया।
For this year's third edition of the Ram Jetmalani Memorial Series, the topic we have chosen is, has the need for a uniform civil code become an imperative today? Mr. Jetmalani felt very passionately about this issue and had written several articles. He was an ardent believer that the issue promoted both social harmony and indeed promoted nationalism as well.
Watch the unmissable Ram Jetmalani Memorial Lecture on September 17th only on Republic TV.
This building suddenly collapsed today at around 7:45 a.m.
Students there are protesting against the construction of a temple on the campus.
Picture of Manish Sisodia, this effigy will be burnt by BJP workers.
This building suddenly collapsed today at around 7:45 a.m. The work is going on, and a large number of residents, Delhi police officials and officials from the Delhi fire tenders are over here to do the rescue effort. The Delhi police officials are trying to make sure that each and every resident who have been trapped in this building are rescued.
For this year's third edition of the Ram Jetmalani Memorial Series, the topic we have chosen is, has the need for a uniform civil code become an imperative today? Mr. Jetmalani felt very passionately about this issue and had written several articles. He was an ardent believer that the issue promoted both social harmony and indeed promoted nationalism as well.
Watch the unmissable Ram Jetmalani Memorial Lecture on September 17th only on Republic TV.
प्रांगणे पूजा का श्यामी मम हरि ओम श्री जजमान चिराचारी श्रीमान कृष्ण बंधु मित्र बंधु प्राव लक्ष्मी सकल सिद्ध पाप रोग कष्ट निवार के समस्त परिवार कल्याणी तु धन धन श्वरे तु बुद्धि में तु कल्याण तु विश्व कल्याणी तु श्री मातेश्वरी तनोट राय प्रांगणे पूजा कश्यामी विधि योग में नमो नमः हरि ओम जगेन जगमे दंतो देवतानि प्रथमानि आसन तेन कमहिमान सजति यत पूर्वे तद्यतन्ति देवा राजाधिराजाय प्रसन्ना सैने नमो वे अम्बाय श्रावणाय तदातु एके पुरखा मध्यो प्रतिष्ठा नाना सुगंधे पुष्पाणि तथा कालोपवाणि च पुष्पांजलिं दत्तं ग्रहणं परमेश्वरी ओम सिंहता सति जेकरा मरकत बखेत विरवजे संगम चक्रुसराज दति नेत्रे श्री विशोभिता अमुक्तांग धार कंकर निगृह्णपुरा दुर्गा दुर्गतिहारिणी भवतु रत्नो लस्त पुनरा ध्यानार्थे मातेश्वरी पुष्पम समर्पयामि श्री आप राम नगलोके हरि ओम स्वस्तिना स्वस्तिना भोगा विश्वेदा स्वस्तिना तारक्षो वरिष्ठ नेमि स्वस्तिना बृहस्पति ददातु ओम पाया पीतवाम पाया ओ खदीक पायो दिव्य अंतरिक्ष पायोदाः पायस्पति प्रदेशा शंतो महम्मा विष्णुराटमसि विष्णु संप्राशतो विष्णु सूर्यसि विष्णु द्रोमसि वैष्णवमसि वैष्णवेत्वा कुल देवतामस्ततो मस्तते सर्वतावते क्रमत्रवाति व्रता शुभस्ते जात जात राम कथलोके ताप दीपति बालकं मंगलश मंगल पुंडरीकाशाय मंगलाय तनोहरि पवित्रं प्रवासते मात्रस्य मात्रेणं विरोधिन पूजारंभे ओम विश्वानि देव सवित्र दुरितानि परातु वयद्भद्रां तन आसो भव ओम इमारुद्राय तावसे कपदिनश्व.
For this year's third edition of the Ram Jetmalani Memorial Series, the topic we have chosen is, has the need for a uniform civil code become an imperative today? Mr. Jetmalani felt very passionately about this issue and had written several articles. He was an ardent believer that the issue promoted both social harmony and indeed promoted nationalism as well.
Watch the unmissable Ram Jetmalani Memorial Lecture on September 17th only on Republic TV.
This building suddenly collapsed today at around 7:45 a.m.
Students there are protesting against the construction of a temple on the campus.
Picture of Manish Sisodia, this effigy will be burnt by BJP workers.
This building suddenly collapsed today at around 7:45 a.m. The work is going on, and a large number of residents, Delhi police officials and officials from the Delhi fire tenders are over here to do the rescue effort. The Delhi police officials are trying to make sure that each and every resident who have been trapped in this building are rescued.
A very serious threat that was given to the former trustee, clearly mentioning that they should start working on providing a permanent grave. It was Uddhav Thackeray government who gave the permission for a permanent grave, which is why it has completely been glorified with LED lights and also with the marble tiles. The picture clearly shows this how the Maha Vikas Aghadi's then ministers were in touch with the Rauf Menon, who's a relative and a close aide of Tiger Menon, who is a terrorist as well.
This is a 2021 court order accessed by Republic. Says this court is required to be sensitive to the principle of Waqf. The land, which is also a Waqf property, cannot be allowed. This building suddenly collapsed today at around 7:45 a.m.
Students there are protesting against the construction of a temple on the campus.
Picture of Manish Sisodia, this effigy will be burnt by BJP workers.
Here's what's making news across the globe. A passenger train and freight train collided in central Croatia, killing 3 people. According to the police, the collision happened near the town of Novska, which is close to Croatia's border with Bosnia. Croatian Prime Minister said that 11 injured people had been taken to local hospitals, and there would be an investigation into the cause of the crash. Australian politicians and foreign diplomats laid wreaths to honour Queen Elizabeth II in Canberra. Now, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese was joined by the diplomats and other leaders at the ceremony at the Queen's Terrace in the country's parliament.
And I again reiterate on behalf of the people of Australia our sympathy for the royal family, for their personal loss, as well as to the people of the United Kingdom and the people of the Commonwealth in particular, but also the whole world, for what is an enormous loss. Queen Elizabeth reigned for 70 years in an era of enormous change. She was a constant, reassuring presence with her compassion, her decency, her commitment to service, which is an absolute inspiration and which King Charles has referred to in his remarks paying tribute to his late mother.
People in Melbourne spoke of their expectations of the relation between the UK and Belize, a Commonwealth member, after the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. Some extended their condolences to the royal family, while others voiced their concerns about the future monarch and their preferred members of the royal family in line of succession.
To still have that tie and that bond, right? Because after all, you know, we are the Commonwealth as well, right? So Prince Charles, my condolence to you, but please be with us. Do not forsake us.
King Charles III, who is set to take over as a new monarch of UK, vowed in his first speech as monarch to carry on Queen Elizabeth II's lifelong service with his own modernizing stamp.
family could owe to their mother. I speak to you today with feelings of profound sorrow. Throughout her life, Her Majesty the Queen, my beloved mother, was an inspiration, an example to me and to all my family. And we owe her the most heartfelt debt any family could owe to their mother, for her love, affection, guidance, understanding, and example. Queen Elizabeth was a life well lived, a promise with destiny kept, and she is mourned most deeply in her passing. That promise of lifelong service I renew to you all today.
Here's what's making news across the globe. A passenger train and freight train collided in central Croatia, killing 3 people. According to the police, the collision happened near the town of Novska, which is close to Croatia's border with Bosnia. Croatian Prime Minister...
Thanks for staying tuned. Now, with the annual Indra Jatra procession, the festive season has kicked off in Nepal, where thousands of devotees gathered in the Nepalese capital to receive the blessings of the living goddess Kumari. Take a look. Break. On the other side, big controversy over Rahul Gandhi meet with communal hate speaker George Punaya. And after Dumka Shoka, another youth set ablaze in Garhwal district. BJP questions law and order in Jharkhand.
Here's what's making news across the globe. A passenger train and freight train collided in central Croatia, killing 3 people. According to the police, the collision happened near the town of Novska, which is close to Croatia's border with Bosnia. Croatian Prime Minister said that 11 injured people had been taken to local hospitals and there would be an investigation into the cause of the crash. Australian politicians and foreign diplomats laid wreaths to honour Queen Elizabeth II in Canberra. Now, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese was joined by the diplomats and other leaders at the ceremony at the Queen's Terrace in the country's parliament.
And I again reiterate on behalf of the people of Australia our sympathy for the royal family, for their personal loss, as well as to the people of the United Kingdom and the people of the Commonwealth in particular, but also the whole world for what is an enormous loss. Queen Elizabeth reigned for 70 years in an era of enormous change. She was a constant, reassuring presence with her compassion, her decency, her commitment to service, which is an absolute inspiration and which King Charles has referred to in his remarks paying tribute to his late mother.
Is scheduled to visit Ladakh amid the ongoing disengagement process between India and China in Gogra Hot Springs area on the line of control.
Massive promotion spree, hundreds of crores rolled out, but negative reviews galore hit Brahmastra. Ranbir Alia Bhatt starrer faces big backlash from film critics. Film called out for a lack of a plot. Mega controversy over Rahul Gandhi's meeting with a communal hate preacher, George Ponaiya.
भारत जोड़ो नहीं, ये भारत तोड़ो और नफरत जोड़ो अभियान है राहुल गांधी का।
BJP hits out, says it's Congress's Bharat Todo and not Bharat Jodo Yatra.
It is typical mischievous lies being spread by the BJP.
Rahul meets hate preacher, but Vadra Congress defends the meeting, attacks the BJP right back. King Charles III to officially be proclaimed as United Kingdom's new monarch at 2 p.m. today. Hello and welcome viewers. We are tracking a number of mega stories today, and we start off with one relating to the Congress's Bharat Jodo Yatra, which has run into controversy after controversy. And the latest one relates to a meeting that Rahul Gandhi, the former party president and who many perceive to be the de facto Congress leader, met with a preacher, and a controversial one at that. And in a discussion that was caught on camera, Rahul Gandhi is having a leisurely chat about religion, and the preacher in question, George Ponaiya, proceeds to run down Hinduism, is the allegation. And this is a continuance of a number of controversial meetings that Rahul Gandhi has had in recent times, but this one is perhaps the one you need to see the most. Let's take a look.
Revelation of the Father. But he's not God. Or is he God? Is God. Yeah. Jesus is also God. Son of God, and what is the God inside? Like water in three states. Water in liquid form, solid form, and gaseous form. That is way of incarnation he became. That is Son of God and also is a God. Another thing, so Jesus Christ is a form of God. Is that correct? It's the real God. It's the real God. That's God revealed him as a man, human person, not like Sakti or this power. So we see in this human person, born like a man, born in this world, the Father.
So there you saw, viewers, a leisurely theosophical discussion between Rahul Gandhi and a controversial preacher, where they seem to be debating who is a real God and who is not a real God. This has provoked a flurry of reactions. The BJP accuses Rahul Gandhi of insulting Hinduism. The Congress is defending him. Let's take a look at what some people have said.
Rahul Gandhi and George Ponaiya is being made viral, where George Ponaiya is being seen belittling Shakti and saying that Jesus is only the real God. How you see this?
Look, what is the context where they met? I don't know. And this must be a general conversation. From whatever I hear, they probably had some general conversation. But what is the, what is the controversy about that? I don't understand. In a Bharat Jodo Yatra, I think Mr. Gandhi must be walking around that and meeting whoever people are around. Somebody calls them in. He's been meeting girls, boys, people, drinking coconut water, fishermen, all kinds of things. So in any yatra, you will meet people of all views and colors, and they may express something, you may express something. The important part that I think that's happening in that, and which is why, especially the main opposition party and others are getting very perturbed and troubled, is that it's kind of created a buzz. All kinds of people are coming out, even in areas where Congress is not very strong. Suddenly there's an upsurge of people wanting to see what is happening in this yatra, what are people trying to say, what is our leadership doing. And I think this buzz
है कि आज जिस प्रकार ठीक नवरात्र से पहले मां शक्ति, मां भवानी का अपमान करते हुए राहुल गांधी की पार्टी और भारत जोड़ो यात्रा में जिस वीडियो के विषय में मैंने बताया है वह विषय सामने आ रहा है, ये हमारे हृदय को व्यथित करता है। मगर ये कोई पहली बार हो रहा है ऐसा भी नहीं है। पहले भी ऐसे कई मौके आए हैं जिन मौक़ों पर कांग्रेस पार्टी, सोनिया जी और राहुल जी ने हिंदू धर्म के खिलाफ एक तरह से अशोभनीय बातों को बोला है, चाहे वो भगवान राम के विषय में सबूत मांगने की बात हो, भगवान राम को नकारने का विषय हो, या आज मां शक्ति का विषय हो। कहीं ना कहीं राहुल गांधी और चुनाव ठीक उसी समय उनको मंदिर मंदिर जाना होता है और एक स्वांग रचना होता है। जब चुनाव दूर हट जाता है तो राहुल गांधी जी का ये स्वांग जो है वह भी खत्म होता है और उनका असली चेहरा जो हिंदू विरोधी चेहरा है वो सामने आता है।
It's a completely bogus video. What was said in the conversation has nothing to do with the text of the tweet. We have issued the full text of what was said. It is typical mischievous lies being spread by the BJP to damage the spirit of the Bharat Jodo Yatra. We are trying to unite people. We are trying to bring people together because India is being broken because of economic inequality. India is being broken because of social polarization, and India is being broken because of political centralization. So BJP divides, Congress unites. BJP believes in uniformity, Congress believes in unity. BJP rejects India's diversity. Congress celebrates India's diversity. So, we are determined this Bharat Jodo Yatra will be a huge success. It will create a new political culture.
So you just saw right now what a couple of politicians from the BJP and the Congress said. There was Sambit Patra, there was Jairam Ramesh and Sandeep Dikshit as well, because this has triggered a big controversy and both sides are having their opinions on it, on the Bharat Jodo Yatra as a whole and also Rahul Gandhi's video. Let's also listen in to a couple of others, specifically what Pawan Khera, Saduddin Owaisi, KC Venugopal and a few others had to say about this conversation that we have on camera.
Be live with her. And then
art of Indian civilization, especially the Sanatan Parampara, talks a lot about the dialogues between Adi Shankaracharya and people of different streams of thought. If you remember, when we were growing up, we read the story of Angulimal's dialogue with Gautam Buddha. These are very enriching dialogues. Why is the BJP afraid of dialogues, of interfaith dialogues, of interfaith interactions? Why does the BJP believe in conflict and only conflict and no discussion, no dialogue? That is the difference between BJP and Congress. We believe in interactions. We believe in listening to everyone. BJP believes in conflict, division, polarization. That's the difference.
Only Rahul Gandhi can answer why he met George Ponaiya, who was abusing Bharat Mata. Only Rahul Gandhi can tell us that why he was the poster boy of this Nafrat Jodo Yatra, why he was the most important yatri of this yatra. Is it because Rahul Gandhi himself allows many people in Congress to spew venom against Bharat and against Hindus, and therefore he felt that this is a like-minded force? Or whether Rahul Gandhi himself endorses the views of this hate preacher and wanted to learn about all kinds of gods from this hate preacher who was mocking Hindu gods? Only Rahul Gandhi can clarify. So people like Jairam Ramesh and Pawan Khera, even if they try and do some cosmetic cover-up, Rahul Gandhi must come and answer that if he was a Janyadhari Hindu, why did he tolerate the insult of gods, of Hindu deity, of Shakti in front of him by this hate monger?
देखिए, वो मैं वीडियो देखा नहीं हूँ, मगर ये देश जो है, इस देश का कोई रिलीजन नहीं है और ये देश तमाम रिलीजन को मानता है। और ये देश की खूबसूरती यही है कि हम जो हर किसी, कोई खुदा को, कोई अल्लाह को, कोई भगवान को, तो ईसाई जीसस को, तो कोई गुरु नानक को, ये सब, या कोई किसी को नहीं मानता है, तब भी ये देश उन सबको सेलिब्रेट करता है। तो अगर किसी ने ऐसा कहा है तो उनको समझना चाहिए कि देश की खूबसूरती ये है और इस खूबसूरती को बरकरार रखने के लिए हम सबको मिलकर काम करने की ज़रूरत है, क्योंकि ये देश की प्लुरलिज्म, डाइवर्सिटी जो है वही इस भारत की ताकत है, इसको बरकरार रखने की ज़रूरत है।
Viewers, on our top story today now, hundreds of crore rupees have been rolled out, but a flurry of negative reviews have come to plague the movie Brahmastra. Despite the massive hype and the mega promotions, reviewers have called out the film for lack of a plot. As the team of Ayan Mukherjee, Ranbir Kapoor and Alia Bhatt has it led non-stop promotions but has stopped short of delivering something that the fans like. There is a big backlash. Let's head over to Niranjan in the newsroom for more on this big story.
Ankit, in fact, the story is being looked at very closely. This film, in fact, has generated a very, very big debate. And here from the newsrooms, we've been tracking some of the, reactions that are coming in, some of the reviews that have been given for the film. And, I have Samiksha here with me, who's also tracking the latest developments, what people are saying, etc. But news-wise, let me tell you, some of the reviews this afternoon, Ankit, and these are leading reviews and critics, film reviewers, and they don't have very good things to say. Very interestingly, just before this live broadcast began, a tweet from Abhishek Manu Singhvi, a Congress leader, and someone who's also of the view that this film doesn't really have a good script. And, this is a big talking point. Let me tell you, before I go across to Samiksha, who has details of who's saying what and what the film critics are saying, some of the reviews I have with me, I'm just reading out from the quotes from different websites, different film critics, some calling it a king-sized disappointment, some saying the film is low on content, it's all gloss, no soul. It flubs massively. There is no strong thread in the film, is what some reviewers say. They call it a gift of a disappointment that keeps giving. Cringe-inducing dialogues, visual spectacle which is hollow and lacks depth. All astras, but no script astra. Something very interesting that even Abhishek Manu Singhvi of the Congress party has said. Dishonest film sculpted out of box office desperation is what one of the pro-Lutyens, media houses has said. And the Lutyens, in fact, in the last few days, Samiksha, they've gone all out to promote the film. They've held half-hour specials. Some have held one-hour specials. Some have held discussions galore with the cast and crew talking about how great the film is. Fact is, money is also being eroded. Some of the reviews that you're getting, Samiksha, some of the reactions, and if you can tell our viewers what's happening. Just before I give it to Samiksha, hand it over to her, just one more news point that we have today. Theatre giants are also taking a hit, according to some of the reports that we are getting in, and these are some of the details coming in from leading film websites. Basically websites that just track movies and entertainment, who claim that the stock price of PVR, Ankit, stock price of PVR is slumped by 5%. Stock price of Inox has nosedived by about 5%. According to some reports, PVR and Inox together have lost about 800 crore in one day by sheer market value. Samiksha, what kind of reactions are we getting? And if you can take us through the responses and the details in some of these reviews.
Well, absolutely, Niranjan. Like you pointed out, the storyline actually lacks depth, and this is a sentiment we've been picking up from across the country. Just to quote a few, what these critics are essentially saying, that it is a big disappointment. And these are some of the leading critics who have went on to mention how the storyline lacks depth. It has not really gone down. It has not really resonated among a lot of people in the country. In fact, one of the leading critics has went on to say that Brahmastra is a disappointment. 2 stars, in fact, have been given to this particular movie, saying that it is a king-size disappointment. It is high on visual effects, low on content, could have been a game changer, but alas, it's a missed opportunity, all gloss and no soul. Now remember the kind of promotions we've been seeing for months now. It's a film that's been in works for over 5 years, if I'm not wrong. So yes, so many years that have gone into making this film, so many promotions that have happened over the past few months. In fact, for so many years now, the promotions that have been happening. But yes, this is something which is not really resonated among the people. With people, the reviews we've been getting, in fact, is something that is the same across the country. They're saying that it lacks depth, it is lacking that quality, it is high maybe on visual effects, but when we talk about that storyline, that is somewhere missing, Niranjan.
Yeah. And look at the kind of disasters, Ankit. You will have a better idea of this because you do this day in and out, tracking the digital responses to such stories. But some of the hits and misses, I think there are more misses than hits. Some of the biggest stars have taken a beating at the box office. Hundreds of crores just washed away because somewhere there is a belief that Bollywood has lost connect with India. And I think we have a few panelists also joining us on the broadcast. Let me go across to them and get their perspective. Uday Shankar Pani, filmmaker, member CBFC, joining us on the broadcast live from Mumbai. Let me see if he's live with us. Also joining us on the broadcast, Samiksha, is Rahul Ishwar, activist, live from Thiruvananthapuram. If you can get them on the broadcast as well. Uday Shankar and Rahul Ishwar. Let me go across to Rahul Ishwar. Rahul Ishwar and Uday Shankar, just checking my audio with you. Can you hear me? Hi, good afternoon.
Yes, loud and clear, loud and clear.
Okay, I'm just trying to fix your video, Rahul. Rahul?
Yeah,
Rahul? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Loud and clear. I can hear and see.
What do you make of this, Rahul? Because, somewhere do you think Bollywood is losing connect with reality? I mean, they may have been at some stage, many, many years ago, a feeling that you throw anything at the audience will lap it up. You make hundreds of crores and you have a heyday at the box office. But looks like the people are showing the mirror. Now, Rahul, that's what it appears from the recent performance.
Let me be very honest with you. I'm a huge fan of Bollywood who made movies like Border, Lagan, Rangate Basanti, Chak De India, Mangal Pandey, so many movies. But it is a matter of reality that it cannot be denied. Over the past decade, especially 5 to 7 years, Bollywood has lost connect to the Indian audience. Whereas the movies from South, whether it is Bahubali, whether it is RRR, whether it is KGF, they have really connected to movies. They are deeply rooted in Indian culture, ethos and values. Yesterday, I saw Brahmastra. I'm an admirer of Alia and Ranveer. I saw Brahmastra, and as you rightly pointed out, it is good on visual effects. Let us be honest about it. But at the same time, it lacks depth. The storyline goes for a toss. See, this is a reality. See, it is not because I have anything against Bollywood. I'm saying this. It's a reality. And you cannot be serious with a movie where you don't even have a serious villain on the other side. You cannot expect. Mauni Roy has performed really well, but you cannot expect a hero without having a very strong villain. The Mission Impossible 2 starts with the famous dialogue. The search for a hero starts with the search for a villain. So some basic premises they have missed, they have not connected. Yes, good visual effects are there. They have done it in a good way so that it doesn't feel that it is too much naive or too much stylish, but they have done it well. At the same point of time, it lacks connect. There are some hits, but 70% of it is misses. I hope Bollywood really reconnects with Indian audience, pick up that sense, because Bollywood is a pride of India. Nobody is denying that. At the same point of time, over the past decade, they have really lost that touch, and South Indian movies have filled that void because they are deeply rooted in culture, whether it is KGF, whether it is Bahubali, whether it is RRR. They have a patriotic fervor, they have an Indian culture connect. But Brahmastra, even after having the word Brahmastra and celebration of many Hindu mythological aspects, they have failed to connect. And one more thing, people like Ranveer and Ali are from illustrious families we respect. I know they need to engage with the audience rather than being dismissive. Whenever there is an issue or whenever there is a controversy, they need to engage with the audience like Amir Khan did. So I hope Bollywood really reconnects and comes back like Kohli after some time.
Yeah, but look at the recent set of disasters. I'm just going through some of the. I mean, I don't watch these too many of Bollywood movies, but I'm just going through some of the names. Let me see if Uday Shankar Pani is also there. Uday Shankar Pani ji, can you hear me? Good afternoon. Okay, I don't have him. Okay, so Samiksha and Ankit, Jug Jio, Lal Singh Chadda, Liger. I mean, these are very, very expensive movies. I'm guessing they must have spent hundreds of crores on each of these movies. Bachchan Pandey, Samrat Prithviraj, Radhesham, Jersey, Heropanti 2, Ek Villain Returns, Raksha Bandhan, All of them have bombed. There must be a reason why all these movies are bombing and big stars. I mean, I think there was one Amir Khan movie. Was that Lal Singh Chadda? Yes, I think that was Lal Singh Chadda that bombed. And there's some movie called Liger. I don't know the actor's name, but was believed to be this big box office hit. Was the biggest disaster, isn't it?
True. And just one humble submission as a viewer. And see, the ordinary viewer, because of this digital era, really understand if a movie culturally connects or sirf wo ek dikhawa hai. You know, in order to show something, in order to show and artificially connect, you can simply put some cultural context names and say that this is our culture. But there is a deeper cultural connect. The entertainment value should be there. Not that we are going for the, going for a cultural class there. Cultural connect, entertainment value, the credibility of the stars, the storyline. See, content, people like Rajamouli has made such huge impact. And, I'm a huge fan of Hindi. I promote Hindi all over. But, whenever I go to many places, I point out the largest Hindi movie hit is a dubbed Tamil or a Telugu movie. That means Bollywood has to reinvent themselves. Bollywood has to reimagine narratives. Bollywood has to come up with different narratives so that they can connect that. And Bollywood has been India's brand ambassador to the world. Unfortunately, they have lost that touch. Hope they will come back. This is only going to be a rough patch. Hope they will bounce back to their 15 glory and give us great movies so that it will be a great connection to the world and India's soft power to the world.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, and just looking at just some more details that I'm getting in of some of these movies, Ankit. This story called Liger, box office collection according to reports was about 70 crore. Budget was 100 crore. Samiksha, it's a flop. Why don't you take us to some of those numbers? I'm sharing these numbers with you as well. It appears that all this cash is being burned, and somewhere there is a sense that Bollywood was perhaps overconfident with its scripts and was hoping to take people for a ride. Hasn't really happened. Lal Singh Chadda, for example, if you can take us to some of the numbers that we have according to reports, what do the numbers show us?
Well, absolutely. If we go by the figures, Niranjan, when we talk about these movies, the big budget movies that have been released over the past few months, it's something that has not gone down, of course, well with the audience, not really struck a chord with the masses of the country. If we talk about Liger, for that matter, which was made on a budget of over 110 crore rupees, it was a complete flop again. If you talk about Lal Singh Chadda, which was in the making for years at a stretch, it was a high budget movie. It was made at a budget of 180 crore rupees, again proved to be a disaster, with only 63.96 crore rupees that was collected. Raksha Bandhan, which starred the likes of Akshay Kumar, it was again made at a budget of over 110 crore rupees. It managed to collect only 47.37 crore rupees. Ek Villain Returns, Shamshera for that matter, which again starred Ranbir Kapoor. It was built on a budget of 150 crore rupees. It managed to collect only 46 crore rupees. Juk Juk Jio for that matter again was a flop, built on a budget of over 100 crore rupees, managed to collect only 84 crore rupees. So yes, what the figures seem to suggest is something that the audience are not really happy with the kind of movies being made in recent times. In fact, if we talk about the big theatres as well, Inox and PVR, the shares have really tanked ever since over the past few days since Brahmastra was released. In fact, on Brahmastra opening, Inox and PVR stock prices also fell. It tanked by huge margin. And just weeks before Brahmastra's release, PVR and Inox share, it grew by over 2 to 4%. And post that release of Brahmastra, which was talked about all this while, the shares have completely tanked of Inox and PVR. So let's just see how it really pans out. But for now, the reviews are really, really bad. And the viewers have seem to have given a thumbs down when we talk about Brahmastra.
Yeah. Rahul, stay with me, Rahul. Rahul, stay with me. I'm just getting in a breaking news update. I just need to deviate for a couple of minutes. There are pictures coming in. Rahul, I request you to stay with me. From Bengal, the big story of the cash stash. The ED officers are walking away with box of cash. These are unprecedented pictures in Bengal. Republic Bangla beaming those pictures. I just want to go across to that. Stay with me, Rahul. Just stay with me. Don't go anywhere because I'm coming back to the story. Let's quickly go across to those pictures coming in from Bengal of the cash stash from Bengal. I'm going across to that story. Let's cut across full frame. Let's cut across full frame to the pictures on Republic Bangla. On Republic Bangla, the pictures of the ED teams collecting those boxes of cash we're back on that story. These are the pictures on, let's go across to the pictures on Republic Bangla. The cash could go up is what we are hearing, 5 crore in cash on Republic Bangla. Let's go across to the shots of the raids. We're getting more pictures of the cash being now recovered by the ED teams, and they were raiding at least 3 to 4 locations with pictures also of the boxes and money counting machines being taken away on Republic Bangla. On Republic Bangla, we have those pictures coming in right now. This is from the mobile app raids. These are raids linked to the mobile apps, and we are told that 5 crore in cash has been seized here. That number could go up, we are hearing, to at least 7 to 8 crore. And boxes of cash being taken away by ED teams. Boxes of cash now being carried out by the teams from different locations. If we can cut across live to Republic Bangla. Republic Bangla has the live pictures. Let's go across to those pictures, please. Let's cut across to the pictures coming in from Republic Bangla. Republic Bangla is tracking the story closely. And several boxes, we are told, of cash were carried out. Several boxes, not just 1 or 2 boxes, several boxes being carried out. And the counting is on. We are hearing that the counting could continue for some time now. Counting could continue for some time. And this is the first picture, in fact, that we are getting in of the ED teams carrying those boxes out. Initially, we were told that it was 5 crore, but that number could go up. That number could go up. The pictures are on your screen right now. Those are ED teams carrying boxes. The Republic Bangla team is reporting live from the location. These are pictures coming in of ED officials carrying boxes of cash and leaving. Ankit, these are live pictures. We'll go across and get Shravan on the phone line as well. Shravan should be able to get us more details. Trying to get more details of this particular case and how so much of cash was once again stashed in this particular location. Let's go across to Shravan. Should be joining us in a few minutes from now. And these raids are from Kolkata, just outside of Kolkata, where the Enforcement Directorate teams have been raiding for quite some time now. And they've been raiding, these raids are in connection with a mobile app. And the ED teams have recovered about 5 crore from these searches in different parts of Bengal, mostly in Kolkata. It's a mobile app fraud case. 5 cash was recovered. And we'll go across. Ankit, what more are you picking up, Ankit?
Niranjan, those seem to be pretty hefty boxes of cash. 5 crore is what we had been told in connection with this raid by the Enforcement Directorate just outside the Kolkata city limits in relation to the mobile app fraud case. On the visuals, you can see that there are security personnel also accompanying the ED officials. That is something that now we can clearly find evident in the visuals coming across. There is the box in the first window there. You can see the ED official is applying all his strength to lift it up, and it's appearing to seem more and more like a running theme whenever the ED conducts raids these days in West Bengal. We've seen how in the Partha Chatterjee case there was piles and piles of cash along with gold found, and now a couple of weeks later, cut to new visuals of cash being seized. We are told it's 5 crore. It's now in the box. Just a short while ago, Niranjan, we had seen the cash laid out on a table as well. And this is the latest that is coming in right now. Details, the last we checked with the Art Bangla team, the ED was sparse on, but clearly there is something that they have found there which provoked them to go conduct this raid, and then the raid itself has yielded a massive cash pile. Now, whether the persons raided will be able to justify it or not, that of course remains to be seen. But clearly, whatever tip-off it was based on which the ED was operating in this mobile app fraud case appears to have resulted in a finding there, and that is what we are beaming across right now there has been 5 crore of cash that has been recovered by the Enforcement Directorate in its raids outside of Kolkata today. We've seen how the cash was first put on a table, and a photo of that we beamed to our viewers, and now in a large cardboard box. Those are stacks of notes being taken by the ED officials, and we are awaiting to hear more details. But what we can tell you for the moment is that this appears to be a raid linked to a app fraud case. That is a machine of some sort that is being used there, that's being taken out. 5 crore rupees is what we have been told. We'll try to get Shavan Sen to share more details of what exactly the ED has seized, but clearly big recoveries have been made outside Kolkata in West Bengal. I repeat for the viewers, this is a mobile app fraud case that the ED had conducted raids in relation to, and it has come up once again with some form of recoveries. This time it is about 5 crore rupees in hard cash. These are visuals that are coming in right now from right outside Kolkata, from our sister channel Republic Bangla, which is reporting live from the spot. It's been leading the coverage as part of the crackdown that we've been seeing. But this is a new case that we are hearing about. So far, we've been tracking a number of cases for our viewers: the Bengal cash scam, the SSC recruitment scam case, the coal theft case, and also the cattle smuggling case. And now we are seeing that the ED has turned up with recoveries in another case, and this is the mobile app fraud case. Boxes on boxes purportedly filled with cash. Apart from the official in the front, you can see there is also an official just slightly behind him whose hands also appear to be full. And so clearly that gives you a sense of exactly what has been recovered and the volume of what has been recovered. Viewers, we'll be tracking this very closely, this big seizure of cash in West Bengal. For the moment, we'll be moving on and returning to a big story that we have been tracking, which is the very poor reviews that have plagued the biggest spectacle that Bollywood has released in recent times, that is Brahmastra. We've shown you how there were extensive promotions, there were big stars involved, but when the movie released, it was a witness to empty theaters and videos of the same going viral on social media. And that has led to the question, along with the poor critical reviews, of whether Brahmastra is heading for a disaster. And viewers, this is not the first movie in recent times to have been plagued by poor reviews. There is already a contention being put forth. We saw and we spoke to Rahul Ishwar just a short while ago, who watched the film, and he wondered whether Bollywood is losing its connect with the audiences. Just to share a little more about Brahmastra, it is a film that purportedly cost 400 plus crore rupees to make, plus a marketing budget. And interestingly enough, the makers had declared that it would be the first in a verse of films. They're calling the Astra verse that would be made, and this was just part one. However, if the manner in which, for instance, Hollywood operates is to be believed, it's only after a first film has succeeded or has been received well is further plans announced. And so one really wonders whether or not in the future this will be able to produce sequels and really become any form of saga like we have seen. We'll be going across now to Niranjan from the newsroom. Niranjan, clearly Brahmastra is having a troubled start. It's finding it difficult to get off the ground, and this comes after its key stars spent a lot of time and made very high decibel promotions about it. What's your view, and what else can you tell us about the recent hits and misses, so to say, of Bollywood?
Yeah, you know, before I do that, I think I'll have to cut back Ankit to Republic Bangla, because there is live action there, more boxes being brought out. So I'm sorry for this. We're having to cut back between stories. In Kolkata, there is more action. More live boxes are being brought out where the ED raids were on. So I'm going back to the story right now, to the story breaking from Kolkata. We're tracking multiple stories, and these are live pictures coming in as in Kolkata, Let's go back to the live pictures from Republic Bangla of the cash boxes being brought out. More boxes being brought out. So, you know, the number, literally the number, the number that shows, you know, gives us an indication of how much of cash has been found, could increase in some time from now. So these are live pictures coming in, live pictures of the Republic Bangla team